All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostle and elders in New York, GMS, and salutation to you, Akim, that's teaching truth in the corners of the earth, and shalom to you all, serious sisters. All right, so my name is Maya Kahala Nagab. I'm with the Chicago branch of GMS, and I'd like to read this scripture before I read this article. Sirach chapter 12, verse 11 in the King James Apocrypha, or the 1611 King James Bible. Okay, it says right here, start with verse 10. It said, "Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take a good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away." Right, so basically it's telling you not to trust the devil, the so-called white man, Esau. You know, Esau, an enemy of the nation Israel, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Israelites scattered abroad in confusion of faces. You know, and I'm gonna read this article right here about it says right here, it says offshore herpes vaccine trial under investigation. All right, so that's over there in the Trap of Benjamin in St. Kitts. Okay, it says the government of St. Kitts, Nevis, said they had not approved the project. Okay, it says right here, it says the government of St. Kitts and Nevis had launched an investigation into the clinical trial for herpes vaccine by an American company because it said officials were not notified about the experiments. It says the vaccine research has sparked controversy because the lead investigator, a professor from Southern Illinois University. Now, those who are not familiar with Southern University, I believe they mascot is Salukis, is some type of racing dog. You know, and Southern Illinois is also called Little Egypt. All right, and the U.S. company he co-founded did not rely on traditional U.S. safety oversight while testing the vaccine last year, mostly American participants on the Caribbean island of St. Kitts. All right. It says the trial received financial backing from a former Hollywood filmmaker who has asserted the vaccine was highly successful in stopping herpes outbreaks. Since then, a group of investors, including Donald Trump supporter Peter Thiel, all right, so it's talking about Peter Thiel, the Donald Trump supporter, not Donald Trump, all right, have backed the ongoing vaccine research with a $7 million investment that could include additional clinical trials in Mexico and in Australia. See that they always want to test the Israelites, and they probably test some Benjamites over there in St. Kitts, you know. All right. It says neither the Food and Drug Administration nor a safety panel known as an institutional review board or a IRB monitor the testing on the 20 human subjects. Now the government of St. Kitts and Nevis said that the researcher also did not officially seek permission to test the vaccine, which took place from April to August 2016. It says the Ministry of Health states categorically that neither the Cabinet, the Ministry of Health, the Office or Chief Medical Officer, nor the St. Kitts and Nevis Medical Board has ever been approached on this project, said the government press release sent out on Wednesday night. By extension, none of the agencies has approved such a venture. All right, it says Augustin Fernandez III, the co-founder of Rational Vaccines, the company that oversaw the vaccine testing, said his partner William Heffer told him that he notified the St. Kitts government. All right, so the government, um, I wasn't there, but I don't trust any type of government, So they probably knew, just probably got found out, try to cover their asses. Um, Halford, who was the lead investigator on the research data cancer in June, and Fernandez said he did not have any other details about whom Halford might have talked to. All right, it said, I don't know exactly. Fernandez wrote in an email Thursday. Halford said he spoke to local authorities. It says Southern Illinois University did not immediately respond Thursday to questions about the research, but told reported that previously that Halford was not doing the research as part of his job at the university. They probably covering their asses too, probably. I'm not for sure. It said U.S. researchers are increasingly going offshore to developed countries to conduct clinical trials, citing rising domestic costs. But in order to approve the drug for U.S. market, the FDA requires that clinical trials involving human participants be reviewed and approved by IRB or international equivalent. The IRB can reject research based on safety concerns. It says in St. Kitts press release, the Ministry of Health and Social Services said it will always ensure that all research involving human participants follow international standards which protect the safety and security of persons involved. It said to ensure this happens, an ethics review committee is supposed to vet medical research protocols and keep an international best practice. It says experimental trials with live viruses could lead to infection if not handled properly or produce side effects in those already injected. Genital herpes is caused by two viruses that can trigger outbreaks of painful sores. Many patients have no symptoms, though a small number suffer greatly. The virus is primarily spread through sexual contact, but also can be released through the skin. All right. So you don't know what Esau be doing over there. He could probably keep making a new herpes, man. That's more deadly, okay, than the previous herpes, man. So that's why we call this man the damn devil. And if you remember the Tuskegee experiment, when they was experimenting on Jake, man, down at Tuskegee, uh, Jake was dying, man. Because Esau was experimenting on them down there, you know. So, that's why Yahweh told no trust these damn devils, man, with all these type of vaccines and everything, All right. It says right here, it said, thus said Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and make his flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from Yahweh. Right, man. Curse those that put their trust in man. Because really your healing comes from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So I'm going to end this right here. All right, shalom.